Welcome to Rage Quit Wire. We got a Patreon page.
We do have a Patreon page.
So we started a Patreon page because we've had people ask us to put more content out, and we wanted some help doing that because, as a lot of you that create content know, it's not cheap to make content. You got to pay for, fancy new devices like our cool mics we got here. We got to pay for, SD cards. Like I just made a run to Walmart. So anything that you guys can donate definitely helps and gets us even more cool things to help make the podcast badass.
I wore my fanciest Aloha shirt for this.
He's Hawaiian. So, Chris, why don't you kind of tell them what we're hoping to do with the money from Patreon?
Okay, so with the money from Patreons, we want to make the entire podcast better. We want to be able to get better content out, better quality out in a variety of areas. We want to be able to add more video. We want to be able to add more...
Could be the dumbass.
We want to be able to add more video. We want to be able to add more Twitch. So we have a Twitch channel. We want to be able to do these unboxing videos. We want to, of course, be able to talk about more games on the regular podcast. So the goal of the Patreon is to build the regular podcast. In addition to that, we want to make sure that the Patreons feel like they're taken care of. And so for the Patreons, we're going to be adding additional content, whether it's an additional recording each week when we release our regular podcast, or when we do things like these unboxing videos, we're going to have some extra things that we add on just for the Patreons that give it a little bit more depth and a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, and if you check out the screen over there, there's going to be 3 options for you guys. You're not in a screen. Chill out.
Oh, I'm not?
You guys are going to be able to have 3 options to donate. If you feel like donating just $1 to $4, that's going to get you basically just donating money. You'll be available for some raffles. You guys will be available for some of the other random stuff we're going to give away. You're not going to, unfortunately, get...
When do they get the good shit?
A lot of content until you get the good shit at the season or the veteran spigot level, which is basically you get the extra content, which is the awesome stuff. For example, we just put out a painting tutorial on how to speed paint. We put additional mini episodes up for Rage Quit Wire podcast. You get early access to the podcast. You get polls. If you have questions, your questions get answered first on the podcast. So all that stuff gets unlocked when you donate $10 or more.
By opening up that spigot a little bit more.
You're also
See what we did there?
You're also going to go ahead and you're going to get basically charged dice. So those of you that play Guild Ball, that's 4 dice. And it's going to be these Rage Quit Wire dice that we got getting ordered pretty soon here.
Yep. So they're going to be limited edition, and they're going to be available after the first 3 months to a certain number of our Patreons, depending on how many of those dice we get printed. And then we plan on doing future things like that, but this print run of dice we won't do again. And so that's what we're hoping to be able to give to the Patrons that stepped up right away and really helped us out.
And we haven't shown the pictures yet, but those dice are going to make it so you can actually roll dice and throw salt.
Yeah.
So you're going to enjoy those once we show them. So you'll get that. You'll get access to all the content. You'll also get into the raffles that we do. So that's all going to be pretty cool. And then the final level is the season spigot level. So if you donate that level, you will basically get all the content. You'll get early access. And you'll also get 10 dice. 10 dice? 8 dice? 10 dice. 10 dice. And on top of basically the 4 charge dice. So you're getting an extra set of dice, essentially. So
they're getting 14 dice?
Should be something like that. Look on the side of the page. I'm pretty sure it's 14. It might be 12, but...
Which side?
It's that side. So, yeah, you'll get that. And like I said, I might have got the number wrong. Just look at the thing. And also, you'll have additional things that you'll be eligible for. There will be other drawings for things like T-shirts, stuff made like... what am I thinking of there? The basically stencils that you can put on cars and stuff. I'm not using the right word there, but...
Oh, like decals?
Decals, there it is. Wordsmith, not. So,
Okay, so that gives you a little bit of a preview of what to expect from this Patreon page and how you can best help the Rage Quit Wire brand.
The nation.
And, yeah, Rage Nation. And I think we'll call the Patreons our Rageaholics.
There we go.
And so, if you're addicted to the rage like we are, then come sponsor the Patreon and have fun with us doing that. You'll get some really, really cool stuff as well.
Yeah, and the main thing I want to do is I want to put out more content, but I want to put out higher quality content. And that's why the Patreon is going to help a lot, because it's going to allow us to do like our monthly subscription for an actual video editing program. Right now, we're using a very generic one. It makes it hard to church up, and it's not as nice. So we definitely want to give you guys high quality content, and thanks for supporting, because without you guys...
Take me to church.
We would still be using the little radio recorder that we got for our first episode. So thanks a lot, guys. Please donate, and we'll keep pumping out the content for you.
Yep.